The diagram shows a right angled triangle. Calculate the area of the right angled triangle. So area will be base times height divided by 2. Okay. So remember that for a triangle, it's like half a rectangle, isn't it? Okay. So the base is 4.6, the height is 2.3, and then we want to halve that. Okay. So base times height, and then halve it. So you can do all that in one go. So if I press the fraction button, 4.6 times 2.3, press the replay button down over 2, so I get that answer there. Press the SD button and it comes out to be 5.29 centimeters squared. Okay. Then it says calculate the length of the hypotenuse. Okay, calculate the length of the hypotenuse. So when we talk about the hypotenuse, we're talking about this here. Okay, that side there. The hypotenuse is the longest side. Remember, hypotenuse is the longest side, and it's also opposite the right angle. Okay, so it's also important to notice that's the opposite of the right angle. Now, if they give you two sides in a right angle triangle, and you want to work out the third side, we can use Pythagoras' theorem. And if you remember, Pythagoras' theorem is c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. Okay, or some people write it the other way around. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. It doesn't matter which way you write it round. Important thing is to recognize that the longest side, okay, the hypotenuse is always the side C, okay? So we always call that side C. And then the other two sides, the two smaller sides, are A and B, okay? Now, again, it doesn't matter what I call A and B. I could even call that A and that B, okay? Or the other way around, I could call that A and that B there, whichever, right? It doesn't make any difference what I call them, but it's important that you have the C in the right place. The C is the hypotenuse, which is opposite the right angle. So I don't know what the hypotenuse is in this case, so I'm just going to leave that as C, but I do know what A is. I do know A is 2.3, and it says for me to square it, and there's an add between them, and then B is 4.6, and it says for me to square that as well. Okay, so if we work them out there together, so it would be 2.3 squared plus 4.6 squared, okay, and I press equals, and it comes out to be 26.45, okay, when I square these and add them. Now that's what c squared is, but I don't want c squared, I just want c, don't I? I want c. So in a way, I've got to then get rid of that square. And to get rid of the square, I take it over the other side. And when you take the square over the other side, you do the opposite. And the opposite of squaring, of course, is square rooting. Okay? So the opposite of squaring is square rooting. So if I square root 26.45, so you notice in the calculator where the square root button is there. Okay, 26.45, and you get your answer right there. So it comes out like that. So if I press the SD button, it comes out there, 5.14. I'll round it to one decimal place, okay, 5.1. The reason why I'll do one decimal place is because, look, notice there that all these lengths are one decimal, so it would be appropriate then, wouldn't it, to give the hypotenuse one decimal place. And of course, it will round to 1 because that's a 4 there, so we'll round down 5.1 centimeters. Okay, and there's my length of C. I know that's now 5.1 centimeters, the length of the hypotenuse.